Sit back and get ready to enjoy a live show. Comment any questions, see what's up in our world of epic, and hear what we have in store. Welcome to Monster Monday. Hey there, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am tired.
I bet.
Man, we're here. This is the first Monday I have been in my office in over a month. So I don't remember. The screen stuff was like talking about Gavin's ride back then. So that's how long it's been since I've done anything at the computer, because you know the headline stuff you gotta put in there. And then I tried to get productive and I sat down in my chair and promptly fell asleep. So I fell asleep, and then I guess Dylan was getting your stuff ready and saw me sleeping in my chair. So you know, that happens, I guess. But it's good to be home. Man, I got home today. I don't even know what time it was. 3 o'clock maybe. And like I say, I haven't been home in a month, so it was a little rough. So it was good to be home. Good to see the dogs. Good to see Amy, obviously, and she was super cool. She had balloons set up all over.
I grabbed that. That's awesome. She's awesome.
Yeah, I like this one. That was one of my favorite ones, and
that's awesome.
Then she like had a trophy for me, so I thought that was pretty cool.
I can't read it.
It says Epic Monster, the ultimate coast to coast, Key West to Dead Horse, and a Hockey Elite Rider. So
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was
the greatest.
Yeah, it was great. It was just a busy time. You know, thank God the family was up in Alaska. Otherwise, a month I would be ready to, you know, kill myself about now. So tough. Yeah, that was pretty crappy, you know, to be gone that long. But it was it was some great riding and some difficult riding, and you know the Hockey was something else. And then, you know, right from there to the Dalton Highway, you know, I've always seen that and always dreamt about going on it, and everybody else bailed on it because it rained up there for a week. And I thought, I don't have a lot of common sense, so I'm just going to go for it and see what happens. And, you know, I had a few issues with the bike, but I kept it upright. I was pretty proud because I tipped it over 2 or 3 times on the Hockey, and on the Dalton, it never went over. I did get saved. It would have went over hadn't God intervened, because the semi squished it down in the construction zone so bad that it was literally like that deep just where the semis drove. And that's what I had to go through because I couldn't go in the middle. It was all mud. That was the only part that was packed down. And then the bike sunk into that a little bit. It just steers you where you want us to go because it just hits a rock in the mud. It just goes right or left on its own. So you're just kind of like you're on a ride at the fair, except you got to balance it. And it went to tip over, but the floorboard smacked the side. So it hit so hard that it kind of bounced me back and kind of brought it back upright a little bit. And I made one mistake on it, though. In that last section, it went to tip over like that, and I was going, and I thought if I get my foot planted, I could bang it up like the floorboard did. And man, I put my foot down, it jammed my hip so hard. My hip's been sore ever since, and you know I'm still a little banged up from my accident 2 years ago. So I don't think that was my brightest move. And I tell everybody, don't ever put your feet down. You know, like I usually have them planted on the floorboards. I'm like, whatever happens, but my feet will be right here when it does. No, not that time. So that's what happened. But yeah, but it's a good ride. Fun to get home. So did you go on any big rides?
Not this weekend. No. We went more car shows. Car show coming up. So
awesome. And is that like so many things? I can do things for a long time without, you know, never do it. But when I do it, then I'm kind of into it.
Yeah.
Is it the car shows?
Kind of how it was. We started out early summer doing them, and then we got into riding, and I just parked the truck and didn't see it forever. And now it's out. So now I'm like, okay, there's this car show. And I know Dylan's like, oh, great. See, he just took off today and went riding. He's like, I got to go. So but I went to St. Cloud and with my son, and he bought a car. So we just got back, and it's just been kind of crazy. So
That's
yeah,
how it always works. It's crazy
it
like that, but that's how I am. Like, I might not do something, but, like hunting, I won't bow hunt for a while,
mhm.
but then I climb in a tree and I bow hunt, and then I'm like, I wanna hunt every
Then you
day
want to
for the
keep
next
doing
2
it.
weeks,
Yeah.
and I'm like, everything else gets put on hold and, I might
Hmm.
for a while, but, um, I'm at 70, what did I say, 75 or 78,000 miles for the year. So I still got I'm a little bit behind. I wanted to be at 80 at the end of the Hoka but you know,
That's a lot, though.
yeah, so
You've gotten a lot.
so I got 20 to go. I wanted to be done at the end of October. Um, Fingers crossed, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So I only want to be done the end of October because Minnesota deer hunting is November, and I typically do not ride my motorcycle in November. Not many people might even know that, but I don't ride much in November at all. It's always the family month, and then
Hmm.
well, this year if I have to, but I'm preferring not to. So I'm hoping I get wrapped up. But um, when I was away, it's hard to stay up on things, especially in Alaska where you got crappy cell service and everything. But you know, uh, I did stay caught up on some things, so it was fun to see the boys, what they had going on, and I was so happy
Hmm.
about everything because the Irish were over getting treatments, and everything was going so good, and they're going to,
Yeah.
Disney World, and it's like I was catching bits and pieces of it, and it was like Gavin's getting ready for his birthday, and Turbo's got stuff going on, and everything was good with Drew, and then in a blink it changes, just it
Just
just
like that.
yeah, in a blink, and then, Elfie falls down and, I think at the time they thought he broke his hip, and you you or Dylan are the ones that let me know, and then, you find that out, and then, it turns out his hip is broken and they have to operate on it, so it's like, I feel terrible for that kid, man, like, he's just moved into the big school, so had all the they do it different in Ireland than we do here in the States. They don't have the 3 school system, they have 2. So it's like,
High
I don't
school. Yeah.
everybody they call it high school, but they start,
Yeah.
really young.
Or yeah, they start young.
Yeah, and then but that's the last school they switched to,
Mhm.
but, so this was a big time for Elfie, and it was, like, just such a kick in the gut, that happened, so I really feel bad, so, if anybody over there in Ireland is watching this, Jamie and Colleen, I don't have the right words for it, but everybody's pulling for him and knows how devastating this is. And, it's like the mental end of it. I don't know how Alfie does it. Like you're all pumped up for school and then you fall and just having DMD is a mental bitch anyways on these kids. And then, then you have something like this, an injury that not only an injury, but just a shitty timing. Like right
Yeah.
before
It was
school
right
starts,
before school.
it can't happen like when you're sick of school and,
Yeah.
like a break at the hospital is going to be, at least you're not in school, that kind of feeling. So, uh,
Mhm.
I don't know. Did you hear anything else on other than what they were waiting?
So they're waiting on the CT scan is the latest I just heard from Jamie, and that won't be till tomorrow. They're putting it off till tomorrow, and the CT scan will tell whether it's surgery or not. Sounds like it will be, but they don't know for sure.
Okay.
And without surgery, they said if he has no surgery, he's down 8 to 10 weeks with no
Oh,
movement.
oh my
Which
God.
that
That's just total hell right there. 8 to
that's
10 weeks of no movement.
yeah, and
Uh,
that's if he don't have surgery.
yeah. It was a surgery less movement or less time or more?
No, it would be more.
More?
They didn't say it because they don't know yet, but they're waiting on the CT scan. But she said she knows if no surgery, it would be at least 8 to 10 weeks. So
Well, I tell you what, if anybody's getting packages sent together, we'll get Alfie's address to you,
yeah,
and maybe we could just send them a package every week.
that's what I thought
Different
too.
people, whatever, but get them a package. We'll have to get that organized and make sure, or people want me to do the shopping, I'll do it on Amazon and I'll ship it, right to their house, whatever. Um,
I
we'll
asked
get
them if they needed anything, and right now they're just So they're kind of they not right now, they said, but
Yeah.
well,
But we can get cards and personal notes. They can
yep,
always use that for starters.
exactly.
And
But I just asked if they need it because I know they're right now the hospital's 45 minutes from their home,
oh,
and so
thank
they
God.
have to drive. They're taking turns driving back and forth. And I just thought, well, I don't know, do they need help with gas? I didn't know, and they said right now we're fine. But obviously packages would, gifts, whatever you think Alfie might like.
Yeah, and
Pair 'em up.
I'll try to get an Amazon list too to
Yeah,
help
we
them
can do
out.
that.
But and I don't know how it works in Ireland, so maybe I'll talk to uh somebody over there and see. Like, I don't know if gas cards, like here, we can just
Yeah, I don't know either. I was thinking that too because of the driving they're doing, and I don't know for how long they're gonna have right now everything's in the air, so but they're taking turns, and Shauna's helping a lot, so she's a good one to talk to too, so she knows everything that's going on, so
yeah, it's just it's a tough one. That's pretty you know, don't have all the answers, but
no.
10 weeks of being laid up, I mean, they better tranquilize that kid. That's like, you
Yeah, I don't
know,
know how they'll keep him down, whether he hurts or not. I don't know how they'll
and
I don't know.
that's such a mental, you know, kick that's the hard part is the mental end of it. The physical end that all heals, but I've been
Yeah.
injured enough that not as a kid that just sucks. But yeah, Rocky, we'll do something. So we'll figure it out and get to it and see what they need,
Yeah.
and if not, we'll get fun stuff. Maybe Elfie needs something in his room. I don't know. He's not a big gamer, but maybe he needs a gaming system, a new TV, something like
Well,
that. You're gonna have 10 weeks in a
I
you
guess
know.
they gave him a computer there because he can't move. So they gave him a computer at the hospital to play on, and I guess he's been having a lot of fun, is what they said on that. So maybe some kind of tablet or I don't know
Yeah.
something.
Whatever it is, we'll get it for him. So we'll make it happen so the family doesn't have to stress about that kind of stuff. So
Hmm.
we'll figure it out. But yeah, it just sucks. That's all.
Yep.
And then that happens, and then that was yesterday or day before. Gotta excuse my brain, so everything's melted. But uh, and then today, Gavin's birthday
Yeah.
gets changed. Something fell through with that. So what do you know what happened to that?
I didn't catch she always gives me, like, tons of information, and I had to sort through because, I couldn't talk about all of it tonight, but she didn't mention why. So
Yeah,
and I have been driving today, so I haven't been online a whole lot this afternoon, so I
and
just caught wind that it was changed.
yeah, and
So
so that's the last weekend in September. I'm trying to, the kids having these parties in September. It's, you know, Turbos is whatever that is next the 12th, 13th, whatever that is.
yeah.
And that's hard for me. That happens to be my birthday that weekend and I'm going to be in Mississippi, but I'm trying to do all this stuff and it just makes it tough coming off what I'm coming off of. I've been gone a
Mhm.
month and
Yeah.
now I'm like right back to planning. I'm like, my brain is just Gavin was asking me questions. I said, dude, I gotta just like get home and decompress and then I'll ramp it back up and try to figure it out. But I found that your brain does not work very well on sleep deprivation.
No, it
It's
does not.
it's funny how your brain will trick you and how it will throw you around. A lot of people uh may not know it. Misty lost her connection. But it's crazy because I was on the Hokahay and I came to a checkpoint in Wyoming and uh Value was gonna mail some stuff home for me. So I was so tired and out of it, I thought I must need room. So I mailed some stuff.
Me.
There I got you.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know,
Sorry.
just lost connection. But I was just talking about how your brain gets so wrecked. And I was on the
Mhm.
Hokahay and I was in Wyoming and I wanted to mail some things home to make room in my bike. So I mailed the shit home that I needed, and the whole okay, I thought I lost it. And then I get home and it's in a package that Jessica mailed me that I gave her. So it was my GPS, a knife, a bunch of pins and things, but things I needed like on the ride. And the knife I didn't need. I
Your
could have
brain
sent
wasn't
that home.
working.
But yeah, it was like, but I was so tired and out of it that particular night that I just made a bunch of poor choices. So I just kind of laugh at that. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm like, I don't want to decide anything because I can't think too straight. But anyhow, the goat's journey. There we got what's that say? There was a storm and then a poor guy had nice.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's storms everywhere. All right, well, it's a mad dash. I was actually this came up when I was on the ride, and I was actually shocked that Gavin was going to go camping. Like I've been camping with Gavin, and that was I thought he would never camp again. I was just shocked because I was like, wait a minute, like Gavin wants to go camping? Like are we sure that's the same kid? So I thought maybe Gavin like got, smacked in the head, got out of line, and your mom smacked him and got him thinking wrong or something. But I don't know. It was kind of funny. But if he wants to go camping, I guess go camping. I
That's
like camping, so it doesn't matter to me. So
awesome.
but he was not the camping was not his jam, put it that way. So I was shocked that that's what he wanted to do. Anyhow, and then with turbos, that's I don't know who's gonna make it. This all of us coming off this power ride, and it's just wiped a lot of us out. I know that. So I don't know what's going on with that. Have you heard anything on that?
I haven't heard who's all coming. I know his party's on like the 14th. So
Yeah, that'd be a Saturday.
yeah.
So I haven't really drank much in the last, I don't know, minute. But my birthday's on Friday the 13th this year, so I
Oh.
have a feeling like Hardy is on the 12th, and then my birthday's on the 13th, and then we have a football game on the 14th. So
Uh-oh.
I think it's going to be a rough weekend.
It probably will be.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen on my birthday on Friday the 13th. So that doesn't happen very often. So have to see what's up. And then you talk anything with Drew? I only saw some bits and pieces with Steve, and I saw Ness was going to some show that she was hoping to get into a long time ago. But
Yeah, I noticed that she was able to get into that. And they had a cookout this weekend, and Wednesday's Bree's birthday. So he's telling me that they're gonna have either takeout or going out to eat, and then of course practice driving. And I'm like, oh boy. So she's sweet 16. So
man, and at 16 to get your license in Pennsylvania, did they say?
I think I think
So
I
must
think
be.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Jersey's
She's been
17.
practicing.
So it's
Yeah.
17 here, but I know a lot of states 16. I
Yeah.
always thought 16 was the everywhere, but here it's not 17.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy if she's old
Isn't
enough
that
to
crazy?
drive.
I know. That's nuts.
That
So
is nuts. Hey, you got
but
anything else on the boys?
not much with Drew, just that they were having a cookout and it was her birthday. So yeah.
Awesome. Anything else on any of them? We hit on Jack. I
Um
don't even know.
so Jack, yeah, today was Jack's first day of school. And he was pretty excited about that, but I guess he's been pretty upset about his friend. So um
Yeah, he's a caring dude, so
he is. So
you know.
as soon as he got home from school, he wanted to know how things were. And it sounds like they're going to visit him tomorrow, hopefully. It depends on what all happens, with if he has surgery and all that, but they're planning on bringing him some treats tomorrow. So Jack was excited to go see him because he's really worried about him.
Yeah, I bet. And I think it'd be a little tougher too when you have like on Jack, when you have the same disease. It's not like
Yep.
your friend fell down and broke his
Yeah.
leg because they were being stupid. I had all kinds of friends that break bones, and I broke all kinds of them
Yeah.
because I was a moron, jumped out of trees and jumped out of, and broke all kinds of things. But it wasn't because I had, something like a DMD. And, so when that happens, I would think that you would get on you'd get that, you know, is that gonna happen to me kind of feeling, you know,
Mhm.
playing and worry about breaking
Yep,
something.
now you worry. Yep.
And it's sad because like it's the bone gets weakened by the treatments. They're on steroids. They're on steroids that help so many things,
Yep.
but then there's that side
But then it
effect.
weakens the muscle or the
Yeah,
the
the bone.
bones. Yep.
And I don't know, man. It's like God, I just hate it. So that's
It
that,
sucks.
and that's why what we do is so important because they have so much suck that to fill in those voids when it doesn't suck, it sure is nice to have a bunch of people doing cool shit for them and putting them up
Mhm.
on a pedestal and sending them things and things like that. So, you know,
Yep.
makes it all worthwhile.
Does. For sure.
I don't have a ton of stuff because, like I said, my brain is fried. I'm super tired. The Dalton Highway was amazing, but it was brutally hard, and then it was cold. Like
Mhm.
everywhere I've been until I got back in the States, even the States, North Dakota was cold. Even coming through Minnesota, it was cold in the morning. Then yesterday or whatever day I was there, uh Sunday, was that yesterday? Yeah.
That was yesterday. Yep.
Yesterday was it was nice in the afternoon. It got nice, but it was just I was tired of being cold. I had to stop and buy a new pair of hunting boots in Alaska because my feet were cold, and it was
Mhm.
like I did not dress warm enough for I wasn't planning on it being 30 degrees for
Yeah.
days on end, at every night in the 30s when I was riding. I'm like, I expected if we hit 30s, it would be maybe a night. I'm like, I can take
Mhm.
that for 4 or 5 hours, but man, 8 hours, no thanks. When Shell came in, she came in fifth and she was right behind me. And the temperature was dropping in the morning. Like I came in, it was 34, and then it was like
Mm.
33 when I was sitting there, and it was 32 for her when she was coming down.
Ah,
That was on August 13th.
I
Like
can't imagine.
on August 13th, and it's somewhere where it's 30 degrees. Like I'm never living there. I don't care
No.
what goes on in the world. I'm never living anywhere where it's 30 degrees on August 13th. Like September, October, all right, I can live with that, but that ain't happening. No thanks. But the Dalton Highway was super cool. So
It it
I'm
looked
gonna
cool.
yeah, I'm gonna put together something about it, and I'm gonna do a live Hokahey recap, so we don't take up a lot of time here.
Yep, I mentioned that last week that we need to do that. You know what? Get
Yeah,
those guys on or whatever to tell their
I,
story or
I'm gonna
make
do a live recap of just the ride, and this week on Thursday night at 7 o'clock,
okay.
and then next week I'm gonna have the Monster Riders on.
That would be
So
cool.
because I need more time to get everything organized for them.
Mhm.
So, and then I just want to have everybody just hit on them a little bit of, a couple minutes, their highlights, lowlights, what they learned, and I'm sure everybody doesn't want to do it, but if we get half, that want to be vocal and talk about it, I thought it'd be kind of fun. So
Yep.
I'm either going to do it here or on a Zoom, and then we'll have access to it. So this StreamYard, this platform right here, I think we can only have 10 people at a time. I think that's how it works.
I think you're right.
So I'm going to try to figure that out. I'd like to do it here and maybe do 10 from 7 to 7:30, 10 more from 7:30 to 8, figure out that's what I
Yeah,
got to
that'd be
figure
cool.
out. And have people, here's your login and kick somebody out, kick somebody in,
Yep.
that kind of thing. So,
Yeah, that worked
uh,
good.
yeah, that'll just take a little bit of work, and I haven't talked to my helper about it yet. So now that you know what's going on, we'll have to figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
But yeah, that'll be
We'll get
good.
it done.
But Thursday, I'm just going to give a recap of the ride, the ups and downs that I heard about, and things that happened, and just kind of show people the route and some pictures and that kind of thing, and
That's
talk
a good
about
idea.
the pre-party, the post-party, and that kind of thing. So uh, it'll just be my opinion. So when people get
That's
upset
right.
about something, they can get over it. Because some people are asking me about it, so I said I'll do a video about it, and I've been known to be a little brutally honest sometimes, so
It's all
I
right.
guess yeah, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards is going to be. So But it's all good. I had a great time. It was a great ride. So it was
Good.
super cool. A super cool ride to do that Hoka. So if anybody's hitting it up, thinking about it, I'm more than willing to help you out and guide you in the right direction. But it's definitely worth the time and effort. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But that's all I got. You got anything else?
Well, I was going to mention, I found this kind of funny. Gavin, he test drove a power wheelchair.
Oh, that's right. See, my
Yeah,
brain is
and
foggy.
his first comment is this as fast as this thing goes? He said it's way too slow for me.
Well,
And the
he's
guy,
he's been
and
he's been trained
yeah,
wrong. Like
yeah,
he's not going to be normal to what is acceptable. Not like I was thinking about that when you're riding. Like our average riding, just on average with him is way faster than most people
oh yeah, it would even
ever
go.
even dream about going. I was talking to people on the okay. They were talking about their speeds all the way up there. And I said, yeah, I was shocked. I was doing like 85. And, that's when I get like good gas mileage and things like that. And the guy goes, you should try 75 or see how good it is. And I was like, 75 and a 70? And he's like, yeah, it's 75 and a 70. And I'm like, I'm never going to do 75 and a 70. Like, that's just never happening. So I was just shocked. And he's like, did it the whole way. 10,000 miles of doing 5 miles,
Oh,
5 to 10 over the whole way.
no.
And that just mesmerizes me that people, when they talk like that, because I just can't wrap my head around
Mm-mm.
doing it. I rode all the way through Canada. Whatever the posted speed limit was, I just did that in miles per hour. So if it was an 80, I was doing 80 miles per hour, 80 to 90. And I was like, I'm not even turning this to kilometers because I don't even want to know how bad
You
I'm
don't
breaking
want
the
to
law.
know.
And I'm like, if I get pulled over, I just was resigned to the fact I'm going to jail. So I'm like, it's all over, and I'll go to jail to tow my bike, and I'll just fly home when I'm out of jail, and I'll have to deal with it later. But
Oh God.
that was pretty funny. But I learned later that there's not a lot of popo in the Yukon. They have a lot of self-policing up there, and they even advertise it when you come into the towns that
Oh,
they self-police, be disruptive at your
self
own.
police. Oh,
They
geez.
self-police and choose to break the law at your own peril. I thought that was pretty funny,
That is. That's nuts.
but
Oh my
that's
God.
pretty good. So that'll be on Thursday. I'll be doing that. So it'll be all good. And then next week, like I say, we'll do a monster one so we can hear from the monsters because they got a
That'd be
lot of
good.
cool stories
Yeah.
within our group of
Mm-hmm.
people riding. Had people do really good. We had people get some accidents. Some wanted to do better and didn't. Some didn't make it, but everybody had a pretty good story. And there weren't as many bikes wrecked this year as last, so I was really happy about that. I get
Yeah.
nervous about that. Bad things happening to good people, so that always sucks.
Yep.
So that was all good. That's all I got.
I got the weekly scoot
Oh
numbers.
yes, good.
Mandy sent over to me. So, blue mailboxes was last week. That was fun, by the way. But we had a heck of a time finding postcards. Nobody
Yeah,
has
they're like a thing of the
postcards anymore.
past. Yeah, they used
Yeah,
to be everywhere. Every
yeah,
store used to sell postcards when you're somewhere.
yeah. We had a heck of a time.
I
But
make my own now.
do you?
Yeah, I just cut a cardstock paper. And I
Yeah,
just cardstock paper and I cut it in quarters and that's
that's a
it.
good idea. That's a good idea. Third place tied between Chris Abbott and Renee Abbott, and um, Jimmy Burns with 9, and then second was Selena with 19, and Mandy had first with 49.
With 49?
Yeah, that's
Where's she
crazy.
finding
So
49 mailboxes? She doesn't live in the city.
no, she don't. But she
So
went all over. But it was total mailboxes of 101 with everybody. So
awesome. I gotta get now that I'm done with all these big rides, I'm gonna get into
I
that a
think
little
he's
more.
almost done now, isn't he?
Yeah, it'll be done as soon as I'm free. As
Yeah,
soon as
I
I'm
think
free
he's
and
done coming up.
yeah,
So
it's like 2 weeks, I think, right?
I think so, yeah. This week you can look for Porsches. So we'll never find any here. We don't have Not where we live,
I was
unless you go to
racing.
the cities.
I was racing one today, but I didn't know it was Porsches because I haven't looked at anything.
Yeah,
And
that's you should have got a held up your flag and got a picture of it.
yeah, I actually saw two. The one I was racing with, and then there was one that had on a trailer that they were using for racing, but it had a license plate on it, so it must be street legal too.
Must be.
Hmm.
The only other thing I have is Loco is on day 246. Go Loco.
246. I tell you what, the days just keep ticking by.
They do.
You
They're
know.
clicking.
Yep. Hopefully he has a better fall than he had a spring because poor Loco was in the snow. Remember that?
I do. That
How
was
how white
brutal.
how white the
That
winter was out there where it's typically not. So I think he got the bad out of the way, but Loco, like like God loves Riot most. Maybe God doesn't even look at Loco, so he might get a lot of snow all fall too. And
yeah.
it's like I hate that happens, but it does make it pretty entertaining to watch, when it's
Hmm.
going down the ice and snow. But that's pretty good. Congratulations
Yeah.
on still making it, Local, because
Yeah, he's
I still
crazy.
think that's one of the toughest things I've ever heard of anybody doing,
Hmm.
is that. I think the only thing I can think of on a motorcycle tougher is taking a panhead on the Hoka and actually
That was
making it.
pretty badass. So
That's a drop the mic
yeah.
thing, like the trophy that they have for the Hoka should just automatically go to whoever finishes that on a pan.
On a panhead. Yeah.
Like, and there was Hyde and Abby. Abby wasn't in it this year, but she's been in it a couple of years
Yeah.
with her panhead. So either one of those, like they cross the finish line. I don't care if it takes them a month, breakdowns and fixing it and everything else. Like
Yeah.
they cross the finish line, man. Here's the trophy. Here's your name goes on it because that's just I still am in disbelief that he could ride a panhead and the bike could hold up.
You're
You
right.
know, when you
That's hung
look
in
at a panhead, it looks old and outdated.
there.
Some bikes just kind of look like you look at a shovel and they're like, you know, things don't look exactly the same, but it doesn't look that outdated. When you look at a pan, you're like, it
you know.
clearly looks like something your grandpa rode,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
when your grandpa was young, not
Young.
not
Yeah.
like
Not.
your grandpa rode
Yeah.
just last week. And so I was like, that's just next level. So when he crossed the finish line, I mean, if they don't make a special trophy for him or don't present him with the king of the the Hokkaido, then they've lost all grasp of what a
Yeah.
challenge is.
What
So
it's about. Yeah.
yeah, which I fully expect they have, and they won't, you know.
Yeah.
But his name should be on that trophy, and that's without a doubt. That's just. And if Abby does it next year or 26, like her name should be just automatically on it. Like like did it on a panhead. That's that's incredible. So that's that.
That is.
Yep. So you got any big plans for the week? Anything fun going on in life?
Not work. Um,
Work.
2 car shows this weekend coming up.
Yeah, I am gonna sleep all day tomorrow. My ringer's gonna be off, and then I'm gonna get caught up on some stuff after that. I gotta get the bike in the shop. I imagine I need a service and a little bit of TLC on it. So I gotta get the bike in and get that done. But I don't have any big plans. Like it's so weird because all summer I've gotten home and I've had like a week to get ready for the next thing.
Thing. And now
Like
you don't have. Yeah.
yeah, like I got home and I had a week. I got home from uh Minnesota, that wedding, and then I had a week to get ready for Gavin's ride. I got home from Gavin's and I had 10 days to get ready for the Hoka. So it's like, now I
It's been
look, I'm like,
crazy.
I
Yeah.
don't have that. So it's kind of fun.
It is. We got the Craig Johnson Memorial Ride the following weekend. That'll probably be the next time I ride. I don't know. We'll see. But it's just been crazy. So,
I really would like to come up to that. There's so much going on. And then
you know,
this Hardy concert on my birthday kind of took over, but it is a fun ride. And
it
I
is.
laugh that you have a memorial ride. Like that's
I know.
Craig for you,
It's
I think,
crazy.
and just for that reason, I wanted to go to it the first time when I
Uh-huh.
met you guys at it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's funny. I look at that picture and that wasn't that long ago, but I think of
No,
there's so many people in that picture that I'm such good friends with now,
and
and I
we
didn't
didn't know
even kn
you.
and I didn't
Yeah,
even know them on
no,
that day. Like, I showed up for that ride, and I didn't know anybody. I was like, people I had met, I only met for a minute at some
yeah, yeah.
event or something, but I didn't
That
really.
was awesome.
Yeah, and so I look at that picture, and I'm just like, "Damn," that's pretty cool. So if I'd known I was gonna be such good friends, I went to rode like such an asshole that day and
Yeah,
thought
you kind of were.
I'm not gonna see half these people. So yeah, just ride. I'm like, I gotta make sure I get a picture with everybody, and I just like on blind corners. I'm like passing to get a picture.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, no, I'm like, oh, and I hang out with everybody all the time, and they're like, yeah, he's kind of a dick when he rides. Oh well, sorry about
Um,
that.
no, don't be sorry.
That's like a friend of mine. Oh, I can't tell that story on here. And
Another time.
yeah, another time. But I never thought I would see her again, and then I turned out to be her and Amy became really good friends, and so that was kind of funny. But
Mm.
that's another story, maybe not for Monster Monday. That'll be a story I'll tell people in the bar after I have a couple Jack Daniels in me.
There you go.
So
There you go.
that's good. But Raindrop, I see you're on here, and I'm really glad that you're getting the rehab and getting fixed
Mm,
up. So that's pretty awesome. Um, and he got a new bike. So that was pretty cool.
that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah. It's just kind of shitty when that kind of stuff happens. So, you know,
it is.
I don't know why, but you survived it. So we'll just go with it's meant to be.
Yep.
That's it. But I'm glad you're healing. And I know Jason's brother, Jared, crashed and he was pretty banged up. So I'm waiting to hear how he's doing. So,
Yeah.
um, no, we'll get all that updated. All right. Just got to make sure. I just got a text from Amy, so I have to answer. I have to look at it at least.
That's
But that's it. That's all I got. You got anything else?
all I got. Prayers for Alfie.
Yes. Keep Elfie in your prayers. Look forward to hearing on Gavin's party where that's moving to.
Yep.
And next Thursday, or this Thursday, I mean, I'm gonna do a live. So I think it's probably gonna be on here. So
Is that at
uh,
8,
yeah, seven central.
7 Central? Yeah.
Yep. And then I'm just gonna recap some things. I'm trying out some new things. I'm gonna see how it works. So show people where we went and just have some pictures to tie it into. There's some places that I was at that I just want to share with people because it was so cool to see. And there are places that people will just never get to. It's
Yeah.
I'm 55 and I just got there because the Hokahay went there and we decided to make it a family vacation. Otherwise, I don't know that I would have. And I was with Amy and I said, I want to enjoy this because, realistically, are we ever coming back? We hope to,
Yeah,
but
hopefully.
I've left a lot of vacation places, but I love this place. I'm coming back here for sure. You know,
Mm,
and I
maybe.
never, yeah, I haven't been. So it's like, who knows? So I just want to share some of that. I got some cool pictures and some cool stories of things, and if people want to go to it, people want to, tackle some of the riding end of it, I can give them some pointers and things like that. That's what it's going to be about. Probably last an hour. So if people want to
Okay.
jump in, jump out, whatever, I'll just be there because then it'll always be there. Because once it goes to YouTube, I can save it on there. That's what I like so much better than Facebook.
Yeah.
I can keep the videos. I can put them onto my own computer. They're mine instead of Facebook property. So that's all good. Awesome. That's all I got. Thank you. And
All I
thank you
got.
so much, both you and Dylan. I don't know, you got company, so I don't think Dylan's sitting next to you, so I don't get a
He's
thumbs
not
up.
right
But
now.
yeah, but thank you so much for taking care of the show, keeping everybody updated on everything while I was busy, because even the times I jumped into the show, I wasn't all there. Didn't
Yeah.
put a lot into getting it prepped. So you've kept everybody up to date. You are a world class news anchor, you know. So you are a world famous news lady, and it shows. But it's really is nice to have that link to the kids that we don't want them forgot about. But some of us get busy running in circles, and it's you're chasing. I feel like I'm chasing my own tail sometimes,
Yeah.
and it
No, I
just
get it.
just running around. And I'm like, I want to do this, want to do that, but it's just not enough hours in the day. And like when I was racing, it's like I get done at the end of the day and I'm just done. Like I lay down and I'm sleeping in 2 minutes. I mean, I got a hotel coming home in the Yukon and I woke up fully dressed. I didn't take my boots off. I woke up
Oh,
fully dressed, lay on top of the bed. And I was like, I have to leave in 5 minutes. So I'm like, I can walk over and wash my face and I can grab and walk out the door. I got home today. I told Amy, I said, I don't even remember when I changed clothes,
oh,
because I went from that to sleeping
you're like,
outside. And I'm like, it was too cold to worry about. I'm like, I'll just ride that tonight. It just doesn't happen. So I was just totally out of the loop. And I really appreciate, you keeping everybody in the loop and
yeah,
connected with the boys. So thank you so much for that.
yeah, thank you. No problem.
Awesome. And that's all I got. Good luck at the car show this weekend.
Thanks.
I hope you win.
I did list last weekend or this weekend. So
You
yeah.
did? You did
Yeah.
win it? Where's the
Well, I
trophy?
took third. There was 50 some trucks. So yeah, I took third.
Is the trophy bigger than this?
I don't have it right. It's about like that. I think it's
Awesome.
bigger than that. Not much though.
Well, you
Pretty
have
close.
to start when you start winning shit. You can get the fan off the back and maybe put a trophy. I don't
I
see.
got a bunch of trophies, but I don't have them up here. I don't know why.
Well,
It's
every
not
time.
monster related.
So what? You're a monster, and it's related to what you're doing. Is
True.
that fan got anything to do with anything?
No,
You can get
that
rid of the.
fan shouldn't be up there.
You
I'll
can
get rid
throw
of the
that fan
fan.
out of there and put your trophies as you get
I
them.
will. I'll do
And
that.
then when you get a new trophy, you put a new trophy there. Then everybody know, hey, there's
I
she
won
must have
again.
won. There's a new trophy in the back.
Okay.
And then if you can slide to us and just reshuffle the ones you already have in the back, because
They
nobody can
won't. You
see the
won't know.
exact. Yeah, be like, she is something. She wins everything. All right, that's all I got. I'm
Awesome.
going to bed.
I don't blame you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.